So, yeah, I cut my hair. A special thanks to my patrons, Acrophobe Christina, Courtney EP, Gigi Wee, Wild Rose, Jam Beans, Jay Thomas, Lauren Chris, Michael B. Petty, That British Unicorn, Sky Andropolis, Sonia P, Xanthal, Debbie Elliott, D. Higgins, Juliet Q, and Kate O. As you guys are aware, I've had a pickety witch haircut for a pretty long period of time. That was not by choice. I had gotten my haircut, I want to say in like December of 2019, and then I just didn't cut it at all in like 2020 because of the lockdown and everything. And so finally, when I had both my shots, I was like, okay, I feel comfortable now. I'm gonna go get my haircut. So I went and I got my haircut. She styled it for me. Isn't it so pretty? It will not look like this because I will have to do the styling myself. And if you guys know anything about me, is that I don't know how to do hair. I literally keep it in a bun all the time and I just let it out and then it does whatever it wants. And yes, if you're curious, this hair was inspired by Andy from The Devil Wears Prada because that movie is amazing. On to our own personal Anna Wintour, Amberlynn Reed. There's been a lot happening with Amberlynn Reed, but in a very, very boring way. This video is probably going to be a lot shorter than Chantel's catch-up video was, if only because Amber never really has a lot happening in her life. She like I said, she likes to edit herself into obscurity. So let's do a quick rundown on what happened while I was gone, shall we? Amber was gone for a little bit. She started doing Jenny Craig again, and then she stopped doing Jenny Craig. And that's pretty much it. And you're probably thinking, wow, that sounds like so little. How did she manage to stretch it out over such a long period of time? She's actually very good at making the most out of very, very little that she's been given. So let's talk a little bit about what's really going on with her. I think Jenny Craig is her new Weight Watchers. It's the thing that she's going to go back to every single time because she saw some success on it. Now, do I think that Jenny Craig is inherently any better than any other diet? Of course not. I think Jenny Craig is a garbage diet. It's way, way, way too overpriced. And they're just selling you like Slim Fast with like different marketing. I really don't think there's any point in it. If she wants, I mean, I could create my own version of Jenny Craig where all she does is eat like Slim Fast bars and shakes and then has like lean cuisines and she would lose weight. Right? It's about calories for a lot of it, right? It fundamentally is about how many calories you eat, calories in versus calories out. The problem with that method, though, is that it neglects like micro, macronutrients and satiety factors of different molecules and different macros that you're eating. And that's why you need somebody like a dietitian to help kind of curate foods for you that have a very high satiety factor so that you're eating stuff that will keep you satisfied, but that's still lower calories overall so that you lose weight. And fundamentally, I think that none of that will matter for Amber if she doesn't get mental health help. This has been a very long time coming. Every time I think I say the same thing, there is nothing that Amber can do on her own that it will stick if she doesn't fix the underlying problems. Her underlying problem is that she binges. She binges because it helps her avoid certain feelings that she's having, and she doesn't want to sit in the uncomfortable feelings. And I understand they're uncomfortable, but to be able to cope with those feelings, you need to see a therapist, you need to see a doctor, you need to see a person. And I don't know if she's doing that. I don't know if she wants to do that. I don't know why she doesn't want to do that. I mean, I don't know why anybody would choose sadness, but she does. She often chooses sadness. So she needs to see somebody who can help her address all of those mental health issues that she very genuinely has. I said it a million times before. You don't get to being Chantel's and Amber's weight without there being something wrong. You're overeating. You're coping for something with food. People don't feel so hungry every single day that they're eating like 6,000 calories a day. That's not how it works. And Amber does have a binging problem. I believe that. So she needs to go get mental health help. She needs to talk to somebody who can help her cope with these feelings in a positive manner, who can help address these emotions. And then she needs to work with a dietitian to help her create a meal plan so that she's eating foods that are satisfying and filling. None of which she's doing right now, by the way. Jenny Craig is one program that they create for everybody pretty much, and then everybody kind of follows it. So, I mean, I don't think that she's getting really anything out of it. I really, really wish that she would get more personalized help from like professionals, but Amber's gonna Amber. You know what I mean? Another reason why I think we've seen this funny, like 100 days of weighing in, uploading, weight loss, whatever, Operation Curvy Calories, Redux 5000, that we saw on her channel, which she then immediately dropped. And I think it was Charlie Gold on Twitter who pointed out that the outfit that she had on in her video was the exact same as the outfit that she had in her live that she did, where she talks about like her live, or maybe it was the second video where she talks about how she's no longer doing this anymore. I'm not surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if she filmed everything on the same day. It wouldn't surprise me if she started and she's like, oh, I don't want to do this at all. I don't know why I committed to this. I honestly wouldn't even surprise me if that was the plan all along. If you guys have noticed, her viewership has been falling pretty steadily. It's not by a lot, but it might get to the point soon where she has to do something like this. She has to generate more drama to try and keep people entertained. I also think that's why she's been doing more lives. If you've noticed, she's been channeling Chantel recently, and she's been incorporating more and more lives into her channel. And I think the reason she's doing that is because she's hoping to recapture some of the energy that Chantel has in her channel right now. Chantel's a lot of things, okay? Garbage fire is the number one thing that comes to mind. But she also has momentum behind her right now. She is the biggest train wreck on YouTube, I would say. I mean, that crown could belong to somebody else. I don't watch a lot of train wrecks, and also it could belong to Nick Ocado, but he's like real calculating, so I don't really know, and I don't watch him. He is not my cup of tea. His videos are so long. Anyway, I think that right now, with the way that her channel is going, I think she's looking at the butt end of channel death. Right? Once she moved to Lexington, her videos got even more boring than they were before. Before, there was a lot of drama happening, even if there wasn't a lot of stuff happening in her videos. And since she's moved to Lexington with her cancer scare, she has actually gotten a little bit more adult. She has actually calmed down. The problem is that because she's calmed down and there's less like happening drama-wise in her life, there isn't all that much to talk about. She's a really boring person, right? Which is, once more, not a dig at her. I'm a very boring person. I literally do nothing with my life ever. I work, I cook, and I occasionally see friends. And like, I had book club today. I sat outside in a park and I like talked to friends. We read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It was okay. I had thoughts on that, but it was like fine. I thought it was repetitive, but whatever. Anyway, I just think that because there's nothing happening and you're portraying yourself to be a lifestyle vlogger, but there's nothing about your lifestyle that anybody would want, her channel is sort of dwindling down, which is, I've said before, it happens all the time. Every channel has a lifespan. My channel will have a lifespan too. It will start, it will grow, probably, hopefully, and then it will die. And how big it gets will depend on how engaging my content is, and what lifespan it has will depend on how engaging my content is and whether or not I can pivot, right? And she is not evolved in her channel, in her personality, in anything really, any fundamental way. And so she's looking at channel death right now. And I think to try and capture some more of the hate watches, the hate clicks, the hate views, and just get some more of that momentum behind her, I think she's starting to try and create more drama again. So we've got Jenny Craig 3.0. We've got starting and quitting Operation Curvy Calories. We've got more lives. I wouldn't be surprised if there was another Snapchat rant down the line, right? She's doing all these things to try and up that engagement. I mean, get your coin, girl, but just understand that when you troll for negative views like that, you'll get negative views like that, right? You're going to have people who are going to have opinions, and most of them are probably going to be harsher than you would like. The last aspect of all of this is the hashtag #WhereIsBecky. Where is Becky? I don't know what's really going on with her. She's not really been in the videos. Not that Becky was ever really a lot in her videos at all, but she's been even more absent than normal. And part of that could be just that, Amber's not been feeling it. Part of it could also be that since like the wedding stuff has happened, Amber's just trying to take it a little bit back, and then because Becky's really busy and so Becky isn't really there. And last thing could be that maybe something someone said really upset Becky and she's like, I don't want to be on this channel for a little while. That happened a little while ago, if you guys remember, when she was living with Eric and Ricky as well, that they had some issues there where it was like Becky just didn't want to deal with stuff on her channel anymore. People were being too mean to her. People were saying things and Becky couldn't handle it. And so she's just like, I'm out for a little bit, which I think is Becky's prerogative, right? She's not the main channel owner. She's not the one who creates the majority of the content. So she doesn't want to be on there. She doesn't have to be. But this sort of like weird obfuscating that they're doing where they're like dancing back and forth and being like, but where is the Becky? It's a little confusing. It's a little confusing, I gotta say. Anyway, that's basically all that's happening with Amber. There's not much happening. Next week, when we get the Friday video, I know this is going to be late. Everything in my life is late. But when we get the video, for when we get the next video on Friday or Saturday, depending, I will see if I can have it like the way that we're used to having it, which is where all of the different video clips are stitched in together so that I can talk about the stuff where I'm making my points. And yeah, we should be back to business, back to regularly scheduled programming starting next week. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate that. Anyway, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you hated this video, you can give me a thumbs down. That's totally okay. I respect everybody's opinions here. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell down below and hit all when you want to know when I upload any video right away. I've got all my social medias linked down below. I've got Instagram where I've got food stuff and life stuff and more stuff's coming. Always believe that. I've got Twitter where I've got all my opinions and all the people I follow. And if you want to interact with me, that's like the easiest place to do it. And I've got Patreon. Think of Patreon as the tip jar for the internet. So if you like the job that I'm doing here and you would like me to continue, hey, consider tossing a few coins in my direction. You don't have to. It's not necessary. But if you could, I would really appreciate it. And everything you do really does go back to this channel. As always, I'm Jasmine, the sequel, and I am not relatable. Peace.